with us right now. Guys, how you doing?
B.
Man, we're doing good, but y'all got us coming on, and you're going to have some damn caller. Tell him to go.
Well, we did. We had him go, yeah.
You got to set it up properly, man.
Thanks to me.
Well, sometimes you control the phones. Hugh's been hanging up on people lately just because. You tell me Mitch about that?
No, every once in a while when they start talking too much, just drop them off.
No, listen, let me tell you. Y'all think I'm bad? This guy we talking to right now,
In terms of petty?
way worse than me.
More petty than you?
Way worse than me.
I don't believe that. I don't know
Way,
about that.
no, let me tell you.
I know what I'm talking about and they don't. I'm not listening to them.
You know the better trick is you put them on mute. And
No.
so they keep talking, and they don't know that they've been hung up.
Oh, yeah, put him right on hold. It's one of my favorite tricks. We do that. I do that a lot.
Wait a minute, B. Mitch, are you on
pot
Twitter?
them down.
Are you
And
on
they'll
Twitter?
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see his Twitter feed. He don't mess with
He
I
can't
don't-
be as petty as you.
No, see, I don't really, I post stuff, but I don't
You
go
don't
back
engage?
I don't engage too often. If I do engage, it might go on all day. But I don't try to engage too often because most people on those things anyway, they're just trying to irritate you
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
do. But you know what, B. Mitch, you know what my goal is this year?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to start reading Bible scriptures on the air, and I'm going to quit Twitter beef.
No one believes you.
Well,
good luck on that.
You're telling lies on there, I see.
Good luck on that.
B. Mitch, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, man. I'm going to do better. I'm going to
You
do
know what, B.
better.
Mitch, is literally my quote on my Twitter feed? I ain't here to fight the whole internet today.
That's a good one. Hugh, you should take that
I'm
advice.
trying.
Because
I'm
Hugh
trying.
will
I ain't
take
here to
on the
fight
whole
them.
internet. Yeah.
Right. If you want, you can fight the whole internet.
I'll try.
Any
I'll
given
try.
day.
Some days I wake up and I'm like, I'm here for this, and I'll go like a whole hour and a half and piss off everybody. Then I leave.
That's
And
why
see, they
we
continue.
cut from the same cloth.
You wake up feeling frisky.
Because
Huh?
like what happens is they just start talking and they start saying all kind of stuff, and they don't realize once I leave, I don't look at it ever again.
That's good.
I go to
Yeah.
the next section.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that page, but boy, when I look at it and they catch me on one of them days, it's going down.
Yeah, then he comes in here. He's like, I'm turning over a new leaf today. No more. All right, guys, let's talk some football. We got a game
Let's get it.
tomorrow. And look, when the schedule came out, I think you guys probably thought the same thing. These games were going to be super meaningful between these two teams coming off of last year.
Yeah.
They're not for the Commanders. They are for the Eagles. All right. But let's just start here. What the heck happened to you guys this season? I mean, last year, we're in the title game against you guys. This year, it seems like it's just been a season from hell. What happened?
It's you start getting injuries and all that stuff, and I know people they think that's an excuse, but once you start getting injuries, everything is thrown off. I think the whole chemistry got thrown off. Terry not coming into camp early, all that stuff messed up the offense. But you know what? You got to do better. And this year it didn't happen for them. I think they got to get back to they tried to go after it after going last year to the championship game, and they say, oh, we just add a few pieces. Well, it didn't work that way. You should have kept building. I think they need to get more of a base, and then they can move forward.
When you remember these games, B. Miss, what are some of the things that you remember fondly about playing against the Eagles when you were back then? It was another team, but the Commanders.
Well, the thing about it is, I think no matter what the records are, you can't say.
Tell them again, B. Miss. Tell them again.
You can't relax on that because let's be real. I know players like to say, "Oh man, we don't overlook anybody." That's a bunch of crap. You look down at a team that's not playing well, and you know that you're a better team. You normally just slack somewhere along the way, and that other team knows if they can get up on you and make that pressure jump on you, it's hard as hell to just flip the switch in a football game. So if you're the favorite and you start messing around, have turnovers and things like that, and the game comes down to it, and that other team is winning, when you start pressing, you mess up. And I think that's one thing the Eagles don't want to have to do. Because we've seen the offense turn the ball over sometimes this year. Jalen has had his up and down moments. So, and I don't know what type of quarterback completely he is. He's won the Super Bowl. He's done some things. But there are games you look at, you go, what the hell is going on? Because he doesn't look like the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah, you want to talk about this rivalry? Here's something to trigger Brian. Ready? November 12th, 1990.
Body bag.
Monday Night Football body bag game. 9 Redskin players left the game with injuries. And who finished the game under center?
B. Miss.
What's the last score in the box score? Mitchell, 1 yard run.
How about that?
28-14, the final score. Buddy Ryan had boasted before the game, we're going to beat him so bad, we're going to have to be carted off in body bags. And sure enough, that's what
And
happened.
then came back later on and then won that game in the playoffs, though.
Oh.
The little reminder there.
I
He
told
wouldn't
you,
let that one slide.
his petty runs deep,
yeah, no,
dog.
I can hear it. All right.
Now, listen, you know I was up there for 3 years, and everybody said, man, you remember the body bag game? I'm like, there's another part to that whole story. They said, what do you mean? I said, the playoffs. Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, no, we cut that story off right there. All right, guys, I want to come back to the Jalen thing in a second, your thoughts on him. But in terms of the Commanders, what you're seeing, because there's just two types of teams late in the season. We watched the Raiders here last week against the Eagles, and I think that Raiders team is quit. I mean, they're just done. I didn't see it. They stink, I know that, but also I didn't feel like they wanted to be here. The Commanders, are they still playing hard for Dan Quinn? I know they won last week. What kind of effort do you expect out of them tomorrow? And they play 3 division games to end this. They play Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles to finish this thing.
They still playing for Dan. I think they really, really are trying to get it. And no, some teams, you're right. Like when the Raiders, they look like the old Cardinals back in the day. They already had their U-Hauls on the back of their truck. They're ready to go home.
That was bad.
But I believe that this team understands. And I think, like young guys in football today, they don't understand a lot of the rivalries, but I think they understand the NFC East. And I think they're going to be ready to play. So if they're not, they will be embarrassed by the Eagles because they see that. But if they could come out there ready to play, and they're going to be given some opportunities, I believe, in this game, and it could be a tight one.
There's several teams that have become non-functional. The Raiders are one of them. You guys saw that last week. 75 yards of total offense. I think the game ended in, 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Yeah, it was one of the quickest games in the history of the NFL.
Yep. They're like, okay, we're done here. Let's move on. I don't get the sense that the Commanders are non-functional or that they've quit. But how do you explain, Mitch, the 0 against Minnesota?
I can't.
Was that just
explain that.
everything just went wrong?
I was watching that game, and I'm serious. I thought I was living in outer space or something.
They single-handedly.
I can't answer that one.
They took the shock pedals to J.J. McCarthy's entire career and went clear, and they brought
I hope
him back
that's the
to
only
life.
game they play like that the rest of the year.
I hope so too, but it didn't look like they were quitting. They just sucked.
Yeah, when I watched them the last few weeks, I felt like that too. I don't think it's quitting because they played the Broncos tough. What was the last week in November? I mean, the Broncos haven't lost in months, and that took a 2-point conversion to finish. So I think the Commanders are still playing hard. We'll see how it looks tomorrow.
You know what, though, Joe? Speaking of quitting, because I remember when I was in Atlanta, Marcus Mariota quit on the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, he said, I'm out.
And he's
They were
I was
trying
watching,
to screw him, though, man.
No, but I was watching Hard Knocks, and they're talking about he's playing well. What is he doing that's making him play as well as he's been playing lately?
I think he understands. He and Cliff works well together. He understands his offense, and I think he sees himself in a different way. He came here knowing he was a backup. He came in knowing he was going to be that guy that could get into the game if something happened to Jaden, and I think he's just embraced that. In Atlanta, they told him he was going to be the starter.
No, he was the starter, B. Mitch.
I know. And then they
got hurt.
They benched him for Desmond Ridder.
Well, no, but see, wait a minute. I know what you're saying, B. Mitch, and you're right, but he had opportunities. Like, y'all, I was there. You need to go back. Like, he played horrible. And when they decided to bench him towards the end of the year, he got mad and he took his ball and went home.
Well, I can tell you, he took his ball, came here, and he ain't been quitting since.
I mean, I guess to change the scenery. I guess he ain't liking it in Atlanta. It was too dark for him. I don't know. Maybe that's what
he's played well. He's had that one play like weekly. He'll play damn good football, and he'll have one little hiccup. Yeah. And I think if he can stay away from the hiccup, he could do some good things on the field.
Yeah, man, because I'm looking at his stat line, 211 yards last week.
He's running a lot, too. I think he's run for like 40 or 50 yards a game recently.
He can still scoop.
Yeah. All right,
he's like an older dude like I was, and still can outrun you.
He is a decidedly
we ain't got to tell family business on the like that.
He is a very much non-awful QB2, and there's a lot of teams in this league that would kill for that kind of a guy.
Well, the Eagles had him here a couple years ago.
Non-awful QB2.
Well, some teams have awful QB2s. We see that.
I know that sounds like an insult.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, most teams looking for a QB that's non-awful.
All right, let's talk about QB1. B-Mitch, you referenced Jalen Hurts earlier. I mean, we've been fighting about Jalen here all year, even though he is a Super Bowl champion, and he's obviously been an excellent Eagles quarterback in balance over the 5 years. But this year, I think, B-Mitch, there was a sense off the Super Bowl that was like a launching pad. Now he was going to be that kind of guy on most weeks, and that just hasn't been his season this year. He bounced back last week. Before that, really rough 5-game stretch, which ended with that Chargers game on Monday night. When you watch Jalen, what do you see?
I see a guy. Well, I watched Jalen all the way back to college, and I've had a great respect for him because of how he handled the whole thing with Tua. Many guys would have been running away. He stood right there and hung in there. But I think, and Hugh and I played with Donovan. Donovan's my cousin, okay? Donovan had the mindset where he wanted to prove that he wasn't a running quarterback. And I think Jalen has a little bit of that in him, too. He can run the ball, but he refuses to do it at times when he could and just continue moving the chains, okay? I think he needs to utilize every bit of experience he has after this week, though. Every bit of ability he has, because he can be the times when he'll go in these games, he'll have like 14, 15 passes. He's not doing well, but he won't have any rushing yards. He'll have a small amount. He can break a game wide open. And I know there's times when he's gotten hit, but hell, get 10 and get down. But I think he needs to utilize everything that he has in his arsenal against teams, and he'll be a much better quarterback.
Steve, what do you think of Jalen?
I look at him, and I just know from friends up there, and I listen to you guys when I'm going to visit Philly. I'll be up there tonight in Phoenixville, so I'll be tuning in to the whole lineup and all that. I feel like there's a similar arc to the way McNabb got to be up there, where he was objectively a really good quarterback, and yet the gripes kept piling up about things that weren't quite as good as people wanted them to be. Mm-hmm. The whole thing that you make about stigmatizing of like, I want to be a pocket passer. I'm more than just a running quarterback. It's the dumbest thing ever, because there's so many plays where a simple run for a guy that's got some wheels moves the chains and completely affects the defense.
That's all that matters.
So I don't get that. I wanted to ask you guys about where is the A.J. Brown meter at the moment. Because I know there was that early stuff complaining about targets, and then more and more when I watch him, I'm like, dude, you should have caught that. Dude, you should have caught that. Where are they at on A.J. Brown?
Well, the temperature was raised a couple weeks ago because that Monday night game against the Chargers, when Jalen had all the turnovers, A.J. was partially responsible for that loss. I mean, he had a drop at the end in the end zone. They could have won the game. He dropped one off his hands that became an interception. He didn't play great that night, even though he had about 100 yards. So, yeah, I would say people have been frustrated with him. It feels like we're in a war. I mean, this kind of reminds us back to 20 years ago with the quarterback and the receiver, right? And I think at some point, guys, the Eagles are going to have to choose between keeping Jalen or keeping A.J. I mean, that time might come this offseason. Here, where do you think everyone is right now with A.J.?
You would keep the wideout over your quarterback?
Well, I would. I think the Eagles might.
I think people like the wideout. I mean, I don't know, because I hear the players talk, B. Mitch, and then I see stories written. It's kind of hard to say because, the media members, they're talking to somebody.
Somebody tells them something.
Yeah, but I'm talking to the players, and the players don't have a problem with him. So I don't know. Like, it's one of those ones, I don't know who to believe.
Yeah. It's almost like half the fan base is like, stop talking, and half is like, hey, he's right. He's got a point. There's something wrong with the offense and the passing game. We'll see.
But if he's right, he better catch the damn ball that's going through both hands.
Yes, if you're going to talk, you better make the play. Guys, we appreciate you guys doing this. Have a great rest of your show, and enjoy the game tomorrow.
All right, y'all take care.
There they go.
Too,
106.7 The Fan. Our guys, B. Mitch and Steve Saban down there. Some thoughts on Jalen. That was interesting, Hugh. B. Mitch's thoughts on Jalen not running enough. He thinks he should run more.
It's one of those things where, and I get it, especially when you talk about the black quarterback and the stigma on him. But if it's something that puts stress on the defense, then you have to do it.
Well, I go back to this. I mean, we were having that discussion yesterday. What is Jalen, if you take away the word winner? His legs help him win. That's really what Jalen Hurts has established himself as a winner. Use the legs, win the game. That's it. 215-592-9494. All right, we'll get everyone's phone calls up here. Do you expect Jalen to have a big game tomorrow? And let's talk about last night's game. What happened? Seahawks and Rams, the implications.